Yeah, hey, so basically, for short, there has been a lot of drama around iPhone 15, and people are calling it like really undurable. So I just decided that as a response to the drama, I will watch, drop test of the iPhone and try to either confirm or deny whether or not it's really that undurable. Also, watch the original video. I think that the original video will be somewhere in the description. So yeah.
We finally got the iPhone 15 Pro Max in, and the first test up, as always, is the drop test, where it's going
Yeah, I'll just play it at 1.5 speed.
head-to-head against the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Now, the iPhone has two things going for it this year. The headline feature, of course, is Apple went with a titanium frame instead of stainless steel, which is supposed to be even stronger than before, especially compared to the Galaxy's aluminum. But more importantly, titanium allows the iPhone to be significantly lighter, which in the context of a drop test, everything else being equal, less weight.
Yeah, titanium is a pretty light metal. Like compared to the other metals, titanium is really light. Titanium's atomic number is like 22 or something, I think. So it weighs 48 units. So yeah, it's pretty light compared to like other stuff.
Translates into less force upon impact. On top of that, the iPhone is still using Apple's specialized ceramic shield on the front compared to the Galaxy's Gorilla Glass Victus 2, and it also has a flat screen on the front compared to the Galaxy's curved display. But with the new phone comes new concerns, and the iPhone has a couple. The edges of this new phone are a little bit rounded.
I mean, technically, since they're rounded, it would probably be better against impacts like this. But like if the screen is pretty flat, then I don't know. It's preferable if the phone has like a bit of a... Yeah, I mean like compared to my phone, my current phone, flat screen is pretty much better for this. Because, then it also gets distributed the impact onto the frame rather than just the screen itself.
Whereas before they were completely flat, so I kind of feel like it doesn't sit as flush with the frame as it did before, and these bezels on the front are thinner than ever, which could actually be a negative factor for it in terms of a drop test. But whether or not it is though, well, there's only one way to find out. But if you don't want to find out with your brand new iPhone, check out these cases from our sponsor in Casetify, who sent out their new lineup for the iPhone 15 series with the Impact case, which is drop-proof from 8.2 feet, the Bounce case with an insane...
Okay, yeah, so they're gonna be using this case, but I might skip the sponsor segment for now. And just skip over
further, and then of course Casetify's EcoShock inner lining, which when we tested a big old block of it compared to the material that competing cases use, you can see just how much more impact absorption there is on EcoShock. And with the final touch of Casetify's screen protector, this iPhone 15 Pro Max is ready to be dropped alongside the other phones to see just how well it stacks up. Round number 1, backdrop. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, for a second. Yeah, this for a second looked to me like a hydraulic press. Like they're gonna be squeezed rather than drop tested for a second.
2, 1.
Yeah.
After that backdrop, oh man, the iPhone's rear glass shatters. You can see the initial point of contact here with the cracks spiderwebbing all the way up and across the iPhone. Whereas on the Galaxy, while it also cracked, the damage is mostly contained to the bottom left and the top right corners. Both phones have their camera lenses pretty scuffed up, although a lot of that is just concrete debris with it wiping right off. But either way, the result here is clear, with an easy win for the Galaxy in round number 1. Of course, with the Ultra Bounce case on it, this other iPhone 15 Pro Max is still fully intact. That protective layer over the camera housing definitely did its job with some scuff marks on the case itself, but underneath it all, the iPhone still looks perfect. Round number 2. Corner drop. 3, 2. Okay, before we take a deeper look at the results, let's play back that iPhone footage real quick, because it did something I don't think I've ever seen before, with the iPhone's titanium actually creating a little spark as it made contact. But the good news is, despite the theatrics, the titanium itself doesn't look all that bad. In fact, after wiping it off, it looks better than the Galaxy's aluminum, which kind of dug into the concrete. But the thing is, with the iPhone, the rear glass is starting to fall apart though, with a big old chunk of glass missing right there at the point of impact. So this one could go either way. Both phones still are fully functional, but each has its pros and cons in terms of how it is. So I'm just gonna call it a tie in round number 2. Of course, the best result is with the iPhone with the Ultra Bounce case on it, which pretty much lived up to its name, bouncing on impact, and after wiping it down, the case itself didn't even get all that scuffed, with the phone underneath it all still looking like it's brand new. Round number 3, face drop. 3, 2.
Yeah, this case really looks good. Even though, I'm not sponsored by them, of course, because why would they sponsor a channel that has like, what, 91 subscribers?
1. Wow, so chunks of glass flying everywhere after that face drop, where unfortunately both phones shatter. I was really hoping that the iPhone would go back to the days of the iPhone 12 where it was actually able to survive these drops, but it doesn't look like that's the case here. I don't know.
Yeah, iPhones just keep getting more fragile and fragile.
If it's due to the iPhone having slightly rounded edges this time, or if it's due to the thinner bezels, but the iPhone didn't do well at all, with what looks like 2 major points of damage here, with spiderwebbing then going all over the place. The Galaxy, on the other hand, looks even worse, with a bunch of deep cracks going along its edges, which presumably is due to it having a curved display. But the good news is both phones still remain fully functional, even that in-screen finger.
As I said before, flat display is superior in terms of, like durability. So yeah, flat display is just better for that.
Fingerprint scanner on the Galaxy and Face ID on the iPhone. So this is a really close one, but a slight edge for the iPhone in round number 3. And just like you'd expect, the other iPhone with the Ultra Bounce case on it and that screen protector on it remains perfectly intact. The screen protector seems to have done its job here, with it actually suffering a small hairline crack, although it's only on the screen protector and not on the actual display, which is really what's important. But I'm not going to take off the screen protector just yet because we still have one more drop left to go. Bonus round. Okay, with all phones still remaining fully functional, we move on to the bonus round, where we're doing one final drop onto steel, this time to test each phone's shock resistance. In 3, 2, 1. Jeez, okay, so the iPhone's rear glass seems to do this every year, where as soon as it suffers any kind of damage, it just begins falling apart on subsequent drops. Whereas on the Galaxy, it looks mostly the same as it did in the last round. After doing our 15-point inspection, both phones still remain fully functional. The fingerprint scanner on the Galaxy still works, despite having a small crack through it, and Face ID and even that 5x tetraprism lens on the iPhone still seem perfectly fine. So again, a really close one, but because it held up a little bit better round over round, it's a slight edge for the Galaxy in round number 4. Taking a look at the iPhone with the Ultra Bounce case on it though, after removing the screen, brand new $1,200 phone. Okay, with all 4 rounds, even though both second, the two phones each suffered a similar amount of damage. In the third, the iPhone's flat display seemed to give it a slight edge, and in the 4th round, the Galaxy held up just a little bit better than the iPhone did, giving the slight advantage to.
So far, when I'm looking at this video, it doesn't really seem like the iPhone is as bad as people say. It doesn't like crumble like Cheeto does. Yeah, it's pretty popular. Yeah, so let's also watch this one. Oh yeah, also, the previous video, I really recommend it. To watch this one for yourself. You can like pause it and just see it, or watch it in even more slow-mo if you were into that kind of thing. Okay, yeah. This one seems more durable than the last. Yeah, like, as you can see in the videos, it's way more durable than, like, we would actually expect it to be. Like, I mean, like, yeah, it breaks pretty easily, but so do other phones. Like, this is not a Nokia. I would probably, like, rip on more on the fact that iPhone has way less battery time over time rather than just durability. Because if you are a responsible phone owner, it shouldn't really be a concern. You know, like, I have my phone for a while now, and I'm a very unlucky person, and, like, my phone is still functioning. Only thing it has is just, like, one not too big crack on, like, the corner of it. Because my brother essentially just knocked it out of my hand. I don't know why. And it fell onto concrete. And you know, it wasn't like a smooth concrete surface. It was like a concrete terrain, like cobblestone, yeah. Like more cobblestone than concrete. Because I was like, you know, pretty old-fashioned touristic place. In front of, you know, like a museum, and he knocked it out. And yeah, my phone just suffered a crack because of it, but other than that, my current phone, which is like Xiaomi, I think, Redmi Note 9 or 8, I don't know. I don't really check my model. of my phone. But I know that it's Xiaomi Redmi Note. Even though it has a lot of dislikes, so it may possibly have been paid off. Yeah, like, I mean, so far, yeah, it has survived a bunch of drop tests. It may have been fake, but, you know, like, we've seen the past video and it isn't that much worse than the other one. And even so, I don't even use Apple products. I'm pretty anti-Apple, if you know me. Yeah, I probably just bettered a potential future sponsorship, but like, I'm gonna say I'm not a really big fan of Apple. I think that their products are way overpriced, but I also think that just some stuff over here, some of the hate is hyperbolized. Like, if I say, even if something really bad was happening to one of, like, people I don't like, and it was faked, then I would probably step in, because, you know, I care about honesty, decently. Um, I'm not the type of guy to lie. So yeah. So basically, as a conclusion of this video, yeah, iPhone is not that durable. It's way less durable than the old phones, that's for sure, but it's not as bad as people lead you to believe, I think. Especially compared to other phones. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Tune in for the next video. I should be uploading the next video tomorrow, so yeah, bye. Or maybe I will upload this one tomorrow, because it's like, it's almost midnight, so yeah. I'm probably just gonna upload this video tomorrow and just schedule the second video for the day after tomorrow. And so yeah. And bye, I guess.